Once upon a time, doing the laundry meant really wrestling with a ton of dirty clothes with your bare hands for long hours.
Imagine how exhausting that must be. I mean, so blessed are today's homes that have these ultra high-tech washing machines. They can sod, rinse, dry, and save energy at the same time.
I'm definitely going to get that for my future home. Hey, Steph!
Hi, Bianca. Welcome to today's episode of Modern Living TV.
Today, we are going ultra high-tech as we take a look at the latest innovations that promise to make our lives easier and more eco-friendly.
From living spaces to living life beyond its confines.
This is your ultimate guide to modern living.
Nowadays, Filipinos are becoming more exposed to various architectural ideas and interior design concepts. In terms of architecture, some notable trends are becoming popular in the market.
We're here today with Architect Edwin Enriquez of E.T. Enriquez Architectural and Interior Design, and we're going to talk about the future of Filipino architecture. Thank you so much for having us here in your office.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and basically I want to discuss, what are the emerging trends in Filipino architecture today?
Filipino architecture nowadays, it's really a mix of different styles. For a certain time, everybody was into Mediterranean.
But while we've had a lot of foreign influences, Architect Enriquez believes that the traditional Filipino elements are still very much present in our architecture.
There are some architects actually who are pushing for something that blends both the good points of international architecture and Filipino architecture. And to a certain extent, if I have a client that will allow me to do something like that, I'll push for that style.
What exactly is Filipino architecture? Let's define this first for the audience.
Filipino architecture, let's start with the nipa hut. Okay, so it has a silong, then it evolved to the bahay na bato during the Spanish times. The bahay na bato is essentially a bahay kubo raised with a concrete or stone structure under, so to house poultry, whatnot. The nice thing about the bahay na bato, when it evolved from the nipa hut, it still retained the tropical Filipino design. It had ventanillas below it, so you have big windows that open wide. So it opened on both sides, so wind can cross from one side to the other.
Nowadays too, more architects and designers are into environment-friendly designs.
So another emerging trend would be green architecture. I mean, we're seeing a lot of buildings coming up with the LEED certification, all of that.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Green architecture is good for us if it's adapted to our climate, to our environment, to our storms.
So basically, a green building is something that's built in an environmentally friendly way.
Yes. They try to use re-engineered or repurposed materials for those things. And when you say environmentally friendly materials, it's something like bamboo, which is essentially grass that grows anywhere.
Architect Enriquez believes that in the coming years, there will be more fusion of both international and local designs.
I call it Filipino International, merging both the good things about Filipino architecture with those of international architecture.
Interior designer Frederick Quesada has also been seeing a lot of interesting fusions in Filipino interior design.
Right now, we're seeing a resurgence of industrial. So we see the raw spaces being showcased, like pipes, interesting metals and concrete showing up in the restaurants or even the homes. Aside from that, there's also an upcoming trend wherein I guess people are tired already of all the sleek modern items, and we're starting to look at more distressed or pieces with character. So they're combining antique pieces with a little bit more distressed pieces to veer away from the modern sleek looks that have come in the past. Now people are looking for more history, more character in the pieces that they choose.
The good thing is, Quesada believes that instead of disappearing, traditional elements are becoming more prominent in our designs.
People are exposed to so many styles now in TV and in magazines because a lot of foreign franchise magazines are coming in. So with all these exposure, the Filipinos and the interior designers are trying to reinterpret these styles in the local vernacular and what's available. So this translates to looking back into some furniture pieces that are Filipino and trying to reimagine them in the trend that's coming up.
He believes that exciting days are ahead because in the next few years, Filipino interior design will be borderless.
I guess a slant the interior design profession in the Philippines has been gearing up is for globalization. This is manifested in many ways. The first most exciting development is that in the year 2015 or 16, we're gearing up that the ASEAN region, so us and our ASEAN neighbors like Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, all the Southeast Asian nations, interior designers can just cross borders and freely practice. This would mean we're excited to meet people from different countries who will practice in the Philippines, and we are also excited to showcase the Philippine talent in different ASEAN countries. This would mean an exchange of information and the showcasing of talent. And when two designers work together or exposed to each other, then you can expect dynamic changes to happen and for designs to evolve.